Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NUREEN AFINA IZYANI binti AHMAD REZALI. So, for today, me and my friend will present about needs prospect, governance and procedure. Before we start our presentation, firstly, we will look at international standards of halal. Then, we will discuss the international cooperation between Malaysia and other countries. Last but not least, we will explain the simple and the transparent product. So we move to the next slide, which is our first subtopic, international standard of halal. There are three things that we will be look at. Firstly, good manufacturing practice. What is good manufacturing practice? Good manufacturing practice, or GMP, is a system for ensuring that manufacturers produce goods consistently and in a controlled way. Companies and organizations must produce their goods according to quality standards. GMP also applies to pharmaceutical and medical companies as well as food manufacturing. There are a series of general principles that must be observed during manufacturers. The process includes product manufacturing such as product manufacturing, product packaging, as well as product labeling. It is a quality approach to manufacturers, enabling companies to minimize or eliminate instances of contamination, mix-ups, and errors. According to the law in Malaysia, compliance with GMP is one of the conditions for product registration application and manufacturer license application.
What is HAZARD? HAZARD Analyze Critical Control Point is an international recognized method of identifying and managing food safety related risks, and when centered to an active food safety program can provide your customer, the public and regulatory agency assurance that a food safety program is well managed. HAZARD is a management system in which food safety is addressed through the analysis and control of biology, chemical and physical hazard from raw material production, procurement and handling to manufacturing, distribution and consumption of the finishing product. Today, many of the world-based manufacturers and vendors use the system as a basic for their food safety management program. Principle of hazard. Number 1, conduct a hazard analysis. Identify all possible food safety hazards that could occur in your business. 2, identify critical control points. CCP are the steps in your business where a control measure is applied to prevent or reduce a hazard. 3, establish critical limit. Critical limit is the maximum or minimum value to which a food safety hazard must be controlled or reduce the hazard. 4, monitor critical control point. Monitoring must be done to ensure that food remain within the critical limit determined at each critical control point. 5, establish corrective action. Corrective action are the action that must be taken if a deviation from an acceptable critical limit occurs. 6, establish a record-keeping procedure. Record-keeping is essential to the effective operation of your food safety plan and must include an up-to-date hazard analysis. And last, establish verification procedure. Perform an audit of your food safety plan at least once a year to verify that is it working as expected.
Next one is Halal Assurance Management System, or HAMS. What is HAMS? HAMS is a systematic approach to identify non-halal contamination and control measure. In other words, HAM is one of the written procedure that should be provided by the company to ensure that each food manufacturing process complies with the following characteristics. So, companies that have obtained Malaysia Halal certification must already develop a halal assurance management in their company. And for the company that want to have a halal certificate, need to apply the HAMS. It is to ensure compliance of the entire supply chain's process with requirements set by the competent halal authority. At the side, the following are important principles for the ICC, which is Internal Halal Committee, to focus on when implementing the halal assurance management system. We move to the next slide, which is international cooperation. Firstly, the cooperation between Brunei Darussalam and Malaysia in halal industry. As we know that halal industry in Brunei Darussalam was managed by the Brunei Islamic Religious Council. Brunei was a country with the largest Muslim population. So, to become the region premium halal hub, Brunei as the members in ASEAN countries has been partnered up with three other countries, which is Malaysia, Republic of Indonesia and the Republic of Singapore. Through their respective religious minister, they come together to form MABIMS. MABIMS is the short form for the annual meeting of the religious minister of Brunei Darussalam, the Republic of Indonesia, Malaysia and the Republic of Singapore. In other words, MABIMS is a sub-regional halal cooperation program.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti AQEELAH and now we will move to the next country. Okay, now let's move on to the Singapore. Halal in Singapore managed by Islamic Religious Council of Singapore, or we know as MUIS, which is Majlis Ugama Islam Singapura. This organisation gives halal certification services and regulates Singapore halal industry. MUIS also advised the President of Singapore on all matters relating to Islam in Singapore. Halal in Singapore was established in 1978. Based on the data from MUIS website, in 2016, MUIS was certified more than 4,000 premises. Okay, in this slide, we can see MUIS is one of the recognized foreign halal certification bodies and authorities by JAKIM. Okay, now we will move to the Halal Corporation of Malaysia and Singapore. Class Singapore had visited JAKIM in 2019. The visit is to know about the halal ecosystem in Malaysia and how Malaysian halal certification works. Other than that, the meeting also discussed about the problem arise related to the International Halal Certification Body recognized by JAKIM. Okay, next, SME or IKS product also market at Singapore. Malaysia has joined Halal Fest that conduct by Singapore. From that, Pharma and Mega Press have been cooperating well for more than 10 years in marketing product in Singapore. There are currently about 910 storage units of IKS or SME products in Agrobazar Malaysia at Sultan Gate in Singapore, and it involves about 228 of SME entrepreneurs. Other than that, Penang continues to aggressively market their halal product that produced by the local entrepreneur to the Singapore. And the cooperation that given by the Singapore is expected to help the economy of Malaysian entrepreneur by selling their halal product to the Singapore. Lastly, there are a lot of cooperation between Singapore and Malaysia related to the halal, like JAKIM get an advice from the Singapore related to the issue of water filter and the issue of bioreactor chicken.
Okay, for the Japan, Halal Authority in Japan is Halal Japan Corporation (SJC). Is located at Lida City, Nagano. SJC establishment started on December 2015. The purpose of this cooperation is to set up halal standard review and approval and support for product distribution for the all product and service in and outside Japan. Cooperation SJC has concluded a comprehensive partnership agreement with JAKIM, Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, a Malaysia governmental agency, as a strategic partner. Is it the first comprehensive partnership outside Malaysia? And of course, is it the only one partnership agreement in Japan? Okay, look at the Malaysia and Japan partner for innovation in halal market. Malaysia is looking to collaborate with Japan for the efficient delivery of halal product and service with technology. Malaysia has been undertaking several digital transformation efforts through the National E-Commerce Strategy Roadmap and through the country's engagement at the international level. Establishing a continuous relationship with Japan in the halal industry is seen to be necessary, as Malaysia can venture into numerous fields like logistics, data analytics, retail, certification, food distribution, and tourism. Lekin accepted this as one of the effort for future collaboration with Japan at the Seminar on Business Opportunity in Malaysia. In addition, Japanese investor can tap into the robust Malaysia startup ecosystem and utilize the Malaysia Digital Hub initiative, which works to support tech and digital co-working spaces. To retain a market opening for Malaysian company in Japan, the Digital Halal Trade Value Chain initiative is set to be implemented to allow the company to market their product. Japan good relationship with Malaysia together with credible Department of Islamic Development Malaysia JAKIM background reaffirm Malaysia's position in providing halal food and product during the Tokyo Olympic 2020.
Next, we move to the international cooperation with South Korea. There are two authorities in charge of giving halal label recognized by JAKIM in South Korea, namely KMF, Korea Muslim Federation, and KHA, Korea Halal Authority Cooperation. Korea Muslim Federation is a Muslim organization established in 1967 and it is located at Yongsan-gu, Seoul, Korea. KMF has been providing halal information in Korea based on a strong Muslim network including Halal Hub Malaysia and many other countries. While the Korea Halal Authority Cooperation KHA, which was formed in 2014, not only issue halal certification but also conduct promotional activity in the form of festival, exhibition and international conferences to establish relationship with international halal organization. According to the New Straits Times in 14 August 2015, reported that South Korea is looking forward to cooperate with the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia JAKIM to venture into producing more South Korea halal food product to extend its market in Muslim countries. With this cooperation, they believe that have a huge potential for further expansion. Furthermore, Malaysia is the first country to promote the K-Food Fair into this cooperation. Next, according to Esra Awani in 14 March 2019, stated that South Korea was seek to deepen bilateral ties with Malaysia in the halal sector to cater to the rising demand for halal product and service in the Republic. In this forum, the South Korean President Moon Jae-in also said with this cooperation that Malaysia's Look East policy and the Republic New Southern policy launched in 2017 could join forces to form a stronger economic relationship.
Okay, look at who is qualified to apply halal certificate. One, manufacturer of product. The factory area should have a control mission to prevent pests or lice from entering factory area. In addition, the equipment used should be free from harmful substance. And the factory must have a control system effective from pollution. Two, contract manufacturer OEM. The company is a manufacturer who perform manufacturing service to other company can apply for a certificate Malaysia Halal. The applicant company under the scheme need to develop a system plan and documented internal halal control along with the record control. 3, food premise owner. Equipment should be free from harmful substance and a premise should have a control system effective from the premise. For repacking, applicant for repacking must submit a recognized halal certificate for the product. Each packaging label should be printed clearly and not easily erased. And last, logistic provider service. All items stored in area warehouse to be certified halal should consist of halal product only, and all transported must be halal good or product only.
Okay, now we will move to the next slide. Requirement needed for halal certification. The first one is The manufacturer must register with the Companies Commission of Malaysia, or we know as SSM, or register with other government agencies. Second, they need to hold a business license from the local authorities, which is PBT, or testimonial from government agency as a proof for their business. The third one is the manufacturer must produce only halal product and compliance with specified halal standard. Other than that, they need to ensure the sources for ingredients are halal and the supplier of raw material have halal certificate. Next, they must apply for all types of products that are produced by the premise. If they have 2 products, that means they need to apply for those 2. Lastly, in order to apply halal, they must have minimum of 2 Muslim workers.
Next, we move to the step and procedure in application in halal certification. Refer to the manual procedure for Malaysia Halal Certification 2014. Firstly, we need to ensure all the application for halal certificate should be submitted online via My eHalal at www.halal.gov.my, and supporting document should be submitted to JAKIM or JAIN, Jabatan Agama Islam Negeri, after the application form has been submitted online. The complete application will receive a letter requesting payment for certification fee. Next, the auditing process will be carried out after all the required application procedures are fulfilled, and we follow with meeting, site inspection, and final evaluation. These are some of the examples of foreign halal logo that have been recognized by JAKIM. Refer to the updation by JAKIM as at 1st December 2020. There are 46 countries with 84 foreign halal certification bodies that was recognized by JAKIM.